Our first question will come from RJ Abadia and the bootleg. Go ahead, RJ.
Hey, Curtis. Oregon was 9 of 11 on third down, so it seemed like you guys had some chances to get off the field. Was there anything that stood out about third downs for you guys today?
I thought we did a good job of getting them to third down, but at the end of the day, you said it, they converted 9 out of 11 chances, so we just really didn't take advantage of those opportunities. That was something that we kept talking about, throughout the week. It's something that we always harp on as a defense, and going forward, that's definitely something that we're going to have to improve on, is taking advantage of those chances. As a defense, you can only hope to get teams to third down, try to make them pass the ball, get out of their comfort zone, but ultimately, if we can't convert, or if they're able to convert 9 out of 11 times, we didn't do our job. So, that's definitely something we're going to have to improve on in the future.
And then just one follow-up on Schuff, the quarterback. He hurt you guys a little bit with his legs as well. How much of that was something you guys were expecting? And just what did you think of him out there, seeing him for the first time?
I mean, that's just a part of Oregon's offense. When you face a team that runs a lot of read stretch, read option, the quarterback's always a part of the run game. So, we weren't necessarily not concerned with it, but, we knew that was going to be a part of the game. And, again, it's something that hurt us again, and just something that we're going to have to work on in the following weeks. It's all just about assignments, winning your one-on-ones, and then also just knowing your assignment and knowing who you have on certain plays. Excuse me.
Our next question will come from Jacob Rayburn. Go ahead, Jacob.
Hey, Curtis. Oregon seemed to really want to stress you guys with your discipline, especially on the edge. How would you rate that? I know with, the caveat, obviously, of the first game after a tough training camp, or a weird training camp, I should say. But how would you evaluate that on first impression of sticking to your assignments when they were testing you with that?
Obviously, I have to go back and watch the film before I can evaluate that. I won't be able to see what everyone's doing until I watch the film. Obviously, 35 points is a pretty good indicator of how we played as a defense. But yeah, I'd have to watch the film before I evaluate that.
All right, fair. And then halftime, where did you guys as a defense feel you were at in terms of countering what they wanted to do? You guys had made a lot of plays at that point, held them to 14. Where were you guys kind of mentally and in the game plan of thinking?
We knew that they were sticking to their game plan. We were seeing what we were expecting. And I thought that we did a good job in the first half of limiting big plays. But, our big emphasis was we're losing on big plays and penalties. And so going into the second half, our emphasis was no penalties, no stupid penalties, and no big plays. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. We weren't able to execute. But as far as where I thought we were at, I thought we were in a good spot. But again, it just comes down to being able to execute the plan that we talked about in the locker room at halftime. We weren't able to do that.
And last thing very quickly for me is if you could comment on Levani's day.
Yeah, that's something I see every day in practice. I'm not surprised. He's a ball hawk in practice. I'm really proud of how he played. Unfortunately, he left the game early. I'm hoping that we can get him back as soon as possible. But, I was super impressed with how he played. But again, it wasn't a surprise to me. We've been working our asses off, excuse my language. But, that was not a surprise. I'm really proud of how he played when he got his opportunities in this first game that he's, been able to play inside backer. And I'm really excited to see what he can do going forward.
Our next question will come from Daniel Martinez-Krams in the Stanford Daily. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hey, off-season mantra, you all talked about no distractions, no excuses, and then a lot of stuff happens today. What did that affect you at all, and how was the team able to kind of regroup?
It always sucks losing one of your teammates, one of your brothers, especially that close to game time. I'm not going to pretend like we didn't know that it was happening and didn't fix it. But, at the end of the day, our goal was to win. And we knew that we were going to have to do what we could with what we had. And that's just a next man up mentality. You know what I'm saying? We weren't coming in here thinking like, oh, man, we don't have him. We don't have him. That's not really a good mentality to go into a game with. I don't think it really affected us that much. But, yeah, definitely missed those guys. But that didn't affect our mentality going into the game at all.
And another emphasis of the offseason was turnovers. Obviously, Levani next to you, you just talked about, got those two. How would you evaluate their ability to kind of make those game-changing plays?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
what was the team's? You had a lot of emphasis on turnovers, and you're able to get 2 today. Is the defense? Is that a sign that y'all are really improving?
I mean, yeah, it's just a matter of I've spoken about it before. Forming habits, you know, it's something that we really work really hard on during practice during the week is getting the ball out anytime we can, getting fumble recoveries, getting scooping scores whenever the ball's on the ground. And you know, I personally thought that Levani took that to the field better than anybody else today. And it's going to be a matter of getting everyone else on the defense that's on the field at the time to have that same mentality and to be able to execute that the same way. But yeah, I think it's a good indicator that we're improving in that realm.
I see no more hands, so thank you, Curtis, for your time.
Appreciate it.